Three.
I'll show you a snake.
I'll cut your snake.
Yes.
That's a good reason I'm getting.
There's a snake cutting?
So, we're back.
Hi!
Hi. I think we might all be.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. You're on your way to meet with Mercedes and maybe Tim.
No, Tim.
And we all know Mercedes is definitely high.
Anyway, so you make your way up to the rooftop, and you can see on the top of the roof of the Duke's estate, there has been a similar dome structure to what you saw on top of the tower built. It seems a little different, but pretty close to what you had seen there. Of course, there's the number of guards that are out here kind of looking around.
How guarded is this place?
I got like 4 guys.
Oh, okay.
It is on the top
like-
of the...
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. This town is stupidly open. Like, there's like no security. There needs to be a bouncer at the castle gate.
Wouldn't that be the guards there?
There are guards at the manor gate, you know, every time you enter the Duke's manor.
No, they're too stupid to realize a dead dragon is dead. They're like, oh,
It was still moving! They didn't realize there was a guy under it!
Yeah.
You were moving through, like, tall grass, dragging a dragon.
It was also drained, and, you know...
Yeah,
all the
it was
people
kind of
following
mummified.
it.
At least slightly mummified.
I'm just saying you're giving them way too much of a benefit of the doubt. Those people were fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They were knucking futs.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
So, yeah, we'll head up there. I'll greet the guards. I'll say, how you doing today? Everything's doing good?
Yes, I believe all of you were supposed to... we let Lady Grits know that she was supposed to...
Yes, we just came.
We
just came from him.
Oh,
Yeah, we just
okay.
came from the Duke.
Alright, go right ahead. Mercedes is inside right now. Working.
Is this one of my old guys or no? Like
No.
One of my old unit? Alright. Good.
Is Tinder Boots here?
The cat? I don't know.
Useless.
If not, it might be a catastrophe.
Okay,
Painful.
we'll be going. We'll be going now. We'll be going now.
Oh, I'm already walking it. Waddling in.
Yeah, if no one else cares about a map, they're all like, yay, we're gonna go to a planetarium. Yay.
Hey.
I'm fine with a map.
Mapatarium. It's a mapatarium because it's not showing
Mapatarium.
it's not showing you planets, it's showing you maps. Anyway, so yeah. As you get in there, you can see that there is like a number of piles of books kind of around the edges of the place here, and all kinds of papers scattered around it. Mercedes is busy like jotting down, using some kind of book as like a clipboard. And he's got papers, and he seems to be writing some stuff down as he's like studying and manipulating or attempting to manipulate the map. Oh, Tim. Oh, sorry. You're not Tim. Grits. Oh,
Yes.
how good it is to see you again. So kind of like kind of move over to you, and he's not gonna like hug you. He'll just kind of like put his arm on your shoulder around you, kind of like
Awkwardly around my shoulder.
Yeah,
We
kinda-
never, like, got along.
Yeah,
but
and just kind of like does like the pat for a second, and then goes back to what he's doing.
Yeah.
Is Tinder Boots here?
No. Tinder Boots went with Tim. He needed some assistance. Anyway. Oh, there are more of you here. Why are you here?
We were
I
sent.
Came to see the map.
Oh, yes. Oh, well, I believe I have everything. As you can see, it seems to create a illusionary representation of the valley as a whole, and connects up to these other realms. It's quite interesting. It seems to have some kind of divination magic connected to it, different than anything I've ever used before. Divination's my specialty, yet this is quite different than anything I've used. It seems to be almost scouting out more of these areas now that we've brought it here to the this center valley, I could almost call it.
Can you tell if it's... So you said scouting out, is it... And I don't know if you can tell this or not. It's not projecting a signal outwards that somebody else could pick up, could it?
Unfortunately, I'm unaware of anybody that could pick up on this. The possibility of connecting in, using the same divinations, is possible. But the thing is, this is magic that is very different than anything I've ever used, so I'd be unfamiliar with it. My divination abilities are dampened almost in this place, while this seems to be quite active. As if perhaps whoever created this found some kind of different divination magic, or perhaps what would be a cheat, if you will, to what they were doing. It's quite fascinating.
While they're having this conversation, I want to just like arms behind my back, like in a militant pose, just walk around and just look at the area and see if it matches what the room was that we were in.
Sure.
Like, look for like defects and flaws and stuff like that.
With your assessment, there's definitely some imperfection to the entire thing. It looks like you get the feeling that maybe magic craftsmen built the original one, and this looks something more that like mundane craftsmen did. So there's definitely...
But nothing's like extremely out. It's just like the finishes aren't as smooth, and
there's little things like here and there that you count, but it seems relatively close to what you saw before. Anyway, I was going to present some information to you. I guess the Duke spoke to you.
Yes.
Yes, unfortunately, true detail cannot be seen. We can get small details like, let's see here, how do I do this here? You'll see him, like, do some hand motions for a minute, and it's like, I've learned some basic manipulation for this. As in, it almost, like, he does some things, and it's not as simple as, like, you know, like, when you're, like, trying to zoom into something, it's what he's doing, but it seems a lot more complex than, like, just, I want to get closer to this area here.
it's a Naruto hand jutsu. Like,
it looks more like actual like hand gestures you do for some kind of spell casting, you know. But
I want to look at the papers on the ground while he's doing this. Are they the ones we brought back?
No, these seem to be all various notes on different things that they're making from around here. As you can see, we can see where the artificial walls that the Calida built were. These were not on display the same way when the sphere originally activated. After about 4 hours of being active, we then saw them with much more detail. So I think the scouting of this thing was being more successful. There are still some areas of our home valley here that seem difficult to parsect, as if maybe there's something else blocking the signal of even this. I'm assuming if it's some kind of protection magic against divination in general. As I said, my divination magic does work to a degree, just not as well as I would like it to. And this might be... this thing here is obviously at least some kind of artifact level of magic to it. Probably lesser artifact, but still.
So, what you're saying is it's a map, but it's not clear yet. It's still...
We've been making notes and learning about various things, and it seems that the map is mainly made to discover these locations. as you kind of point out, like, a few that are, like, the exact ones. Like, here, where the others, say for you, Grits, traveled to the Field Realms, which is where the tower is. Also, we know about this one in the Caledon Lands, which I believe is where the Duke wishes you to go. It seems to lead to this area of ice and snow. But there's more details to that. We've managed to discern some actual notes and translate them. Give me a second here. He kind of shuffles around some papers on the ground and picks up some. Yes. It seems as though there's some kind of seal on the passageway. I'm not sure who placed it there, but the reports say that there was another race beyond the gates. Perhaps either similar to how you found these primitive lizard men in the passage between the worlds. Perhaps there's another race there too, or perhaps the exit is within similar to where this is in the Caledon Lands. It's within a place there. Fortunately, I actually can assist you with this. Yes, I believe I placed it. Over here, as he kind of shovels around something. Here, as he picks up this kind of strange-looking gem, this like carved gem that looks very beautiful. It looks almost maybe like a little bit like glass or diamond. This is an unusual magical item that I had. It is actually quite powerful, but the unfortunate thing is it has very limited uses. And that's why it ended up into my collection. It has the ability to weaken ice. Does that make sense to you?
Like fire? Weaken ice? Like melt
no.
it? Or...
Make it brittle?
Ice can be hard to cut with a weapon, yes? It's ice. This item, when used upon a block of ice, would make it that you could cut through it as if you could cut through...
a man?
Yes.
Flesh?
Not quite butter, but very... It might be much easier to damage.
Steak.
Like a hot sword.
Yes. It works on ice and snow. If you would use it on a creature that is immune to cold, this can actually make it vulnerable to a degree. It would still not be completely vulnerable. It would still resist it to some degree, but it would at least allow you to damage them with cold.
How many uses does it have? And you say a block of ice, but are you talking about a mountain-sized block of ice, or are you talking about an ice cube?
Approximately, I believe, I've only used it up to about a 10-foot cube. I'm not sure of any larger than that. And you can use it 3 times every day, and normally it would refresh with the dawn. Unfortunately, there's no dawn here, so about the same time as it would be. And the effects are still temporary. They last approximately an hour of time.
Excuse me. When you say a creature that's immune, does that mean a creature that is not affected at all, or just someone that might be resistant to it?
Both. Those that would be not affected at all would then resist it. Those that would resist it would be affected as if they had nothing.
I look to Signe. Signe, do you have any type of abilities with ice?
I know some ice spells, but beyond that, no.
Ulfgar, do you have anything, any type of abilities with ice? I want to test this out.
Not particularly.
Signe, would you be able to attack me with an ice spell?
I thought you'd never ask.
Should we all back away?
I'm already on
let's
the other
leave the
side of the
room.
room.
Let's leave the room. Show us, Mercedes. Show us how this is used.
Okay. He'll kind of hold it up. He's like.
Well, let's leave the map room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Out.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of move out to the rooftop. But who has?
Just target me and tell me when you do it.
All right. He'll say a command word. There'll be a glow that'll affect you.
Right when I feel like he's gonna do it, I'll touch the ground and I'll rage.
Okay. Just as a warning, you have to be about 30 feet away to affect someone with this. So you have to be fairly close still.
Within 30 feet.
He's
Within
affected
30,
if you want to snow attack him.
You know I'm raging because my skin changes and it gets all gravelly, and as soon as he hit me, baby. All right.
Make a Constitution save. He'll probably succeed.
I have a +8, not a +9.
Yeah,
Alright.
this is the only spell I have.
You
No,
can
that's fine.
fail on purpose.
Does it not affect? Oh yeah. I'm opening myself to attack, so I wouldn't even try.
Okay.
Yes, you would take full damage from it when you get hit by it. That's...
So okay, so it blasts me, and you'll see that my skin, the gravelly parts, like get chunked off. Like, and you guys probably have never seen. Well, you haven't, because obviously I always had resistance. So you'll see like that part where the cold hits. The chunk, like the gravelly bits, will fall off as chunks, and my like normal flesh will show. And then Zach will just stagger back, and it's like, all right. And then rage will end, and okay.
Oh,
I don't get to do it again.
If you can use flames too, this would work not on creatures of ice, but on actual ice, which doesn't always get affected. It makes it that fire is more affecting of it also.
More
Melts it faster.
Yes.
Well, fire is the one thing I do have.
Yes, it's known as an ice melt crystal.
Okay, so that seems like it's something that I should carry. When I get close to somebody, I can use it on them, and you can attack from distance. Signe? If we do in combat, use it.
You see, the reason that I thought of this is that, according to the notes, you might be able to use this to break the seal. The seal is apparently ice-based. That seals the passage.
Yes, that's fine.
The notes here say that it was, they were able to use magic to overcome it, but only temporarily, and only send in what effectively would have been their scouting party through the barrier before it reasserted itself. I do not know if you can get rid of the barrier permanently with this, but perhaps it could allow you to temporarily remove it. That may keep you safe too, because this is within their lands, and they may know about this door, this seal, this gate.
Is this a different area than what the report that Rufus gave? Like,
Yes,
the general
Rufus.
area? Okay,
Rufus would have been considered like the center of their territory from where he was.
Okay,
This is the farthest north,
I see.
so it's basically
Duke.
like, yeah, the crust of it.
The report that Rufus told us about said that their aide, the Kalida that helped them, said that there was only one way in and out of their land. I don't know if they consider this one way in and out that they don't know about. I don't think that they would consider this guarded at all if it's such a powerful seal.
True. We don't know for sure. I can give you
We'll
an
find out.
approximate estimation of the location. He's going to kind of like use the map that he's got to like give you.
I
pretty
will
exact
gesture towards Grits.
Yeah,
he can work with you, Grits, to get a pretty exact detail of where this is supposed to be.
I will go outside and I will get one of the guards. I'll tell him, go downstairs and go speak, ask for an audience with the Duke. There's paperwork we gave the Duke on our return from one of our adventures from the tower where we got this. Master McCady should already have it. So go get it and bring it to him. Thank you. I'm not even gonna wait for his response. I'm just gonna walk away.
Do this thing.
Once Grits gets the information, I want to ask him about the Duke said about disguising ourselves.
Yes. This is something that I had a few of actually in my collection. Actually, a practical magic item, I guess some would call it. It turns out that I had a few of them, and with Tim's help, we were able to get a third. I don't know if they would necessarily be the best things for you, but here you go. As he gives out this pile of 3 hats.
Disguise.
Hats of disguise.
Yeah.
Yes.
How does it work?
Dude,
yes.
yeah.
You put them on your head. You
I
say,
already have one on my head at this point.
You say the proper command words once you've. Actually, let me see if you have to attune to it or not. I can't remember.
I think you do have to attune to it.
You must. Yes, it requires attunement. You must attune with this magic item, so you must spend some time with it. Then you speak the command word, and it allows you to use the spell Disguise Self, which allows one humanoid to look like another humanoid. I believe
Just
all of you have
staring
seen
at
enough Kalida to disguise yourselves.
Yeah, you mean like this. I turned myself into a Kalida.
Oh, you already know the spell. That's excellent. That's
Problem is, it doesn't change your tone or your speaking, so, yeah.
Or understanding. Which
Or
I
understanding,
don't think
yeah.
any of us understand Khaled.
Well, Ulfgar has helped us in the past with understanding.
There might be something in the bag of holding that you people have missed.
Is there something in the bag of holding that we have missed?
Yeah.
Something
there's
left over from an old
300 things.
something
There's 300 things.
something left over from an old friend that you don't know why it still works or why it's there.
Wait,
Oh,
are
is
you
it that
telling me
belt?
Clicky's helmet is there?
Clicky's helmet's in there.
Jesus,
Wait.
why is Clicky's helmet in there?
Oh, Clicky's dead, dude. If you got that helmet, Clicky's dead. Clicky's...
I guess we have Clicky's helmet, alright.
There's a lot of weird things in there that you're not sure why they're in there or what happened to the people that had them.
What does
Okay, you have
Clicky's
things in
helmet
here that
do?
we also have. Are they
Clicky's
double?
helmet is a
You should
helmet
have.
of,
There's some things that you should have had more than one of.
Clicky's
Helmet
helmet
of,
was
like,
the helmet of
tongue?
comprehend languages.
Ah.
Yeah,
That
he
he
can't
made.
speak it.
But he can't speak it. No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a skull helmet. It's like
Yeah,
what
it's
did I
really
say?
gross.
it would actually fit really.
It's a
Protect the
skull
dead.
inside of another skull. Because it was like an orc skull and then not an orc skull, like a human skull. They were like stacked on each other. It's
Would it
gross.
fit any of our heads?
If it's magical, it'll.
Oh yeah, true.
But I believe one of you was attempting to learn a little Kalida. Was it this group or none of you?
That was
Dorian was, and then Dorian died.
Yeah.
Probably.
No. We were looking at the lighthouse, and he just was like, "Yeah, fuck this."
And he never showed up again, ever again. No one knows what happened to Dorian.
I gotta go pee, and then he has a family now.
He turned
He's
red.
Whoa.
Comprehend languages does not let you speak it, but
Yeah.
Zach will point out, Ulfgar, you were able to get me to speak with the lizard folk. You know, I wasn't able to previously.
It's
Tim's like,
lagging.
I'm not
Yeah.
a support character.
They just remove it from the rest.
I mean, 2 immovable rings. Climbing guys.
Rods.
Climbing all day long.
Rods, yeah, not rings.
No, they're rings, and they really suck because you put them on and you're stuck where you are.
Why does
Yeah, they're
something
called
just say
wedding
human
bands.
skin plus 1 magic? What?
Oh, I know that. It's
that
human
Rufus's?
armor I found.
Is that Rufus's vest?
There's studded leather armor that was made with human skin. They found that.
Gross.
It's magical plus 1 armor. They made of people. They never actually confirmed
Alright.
it was made of people. They suspected because it was from a place that made people into food and leather.
Gross.
People armor.
I might
So
be
I'll
willing
take
to
one of the
wear that.
hats. Because if I remember correctly, disguise self doesn't let you change your height too much. And I can, since my guy's pretty tall, I can appear as one of the taller, more barbarian type Paladas.
I probably should be one of the slaves.
Yes, you can
Not
hide
that
pretty
I-
well.
Not just that, but I'm sure you'll need to bound me in some fashion. To make it believable. I can slip bonds.
I want to just grab his wrist and just hold and go slip out.
Bring it.
But I'm not gonna.
Sleight of hand. You now have no hands.
That's like when they talked about like how Superman could kill somebody, and the stupidest way is he could just grab somebody and just hold them until they start to, because they can't get out. They're just like, okay.
I mean, every time he rescues someone, he most likely kills them, too. Because deceleration, it's a thing.
Well, or anytime he stops a moving vehicle.
Yeah, it's like hitting an actual wall. It's a car crash. He's creating car crash. Anyway, different thing.
Or a train, he just goes through the train. He wouldn't stop the train, he'd go through it.
Anyway.
So welcome to Thursdays at the tabletop.
We're going to talk about nerdy stuff. No, okay. So yeah, you have 3 hats of the skies.
How ugly is this hat? Like,
Oh, it's so ugly.
It's like...
Is it like a beret?
No,
It's
no,
like,
no. It's like one of those large-brimmed hats with the feathers, you know, so it's the musketeer hat. It's musketeer hat.
There's going to be a problem. Actually, no. I'm gonna look at you, man. You're gonna have to translate you're the only one who can naturally look like a Kalida. If everyone else is wearing a magical hat to look like Kalida, they wouldn't be able to wear a magical hat to understand them.
Yep, it's one or the other.
Well, also Ulfgar's spell
Yeah.
lets you understand and speak.
It's tongues. He's tongues.
Yeah.
True.
Also, we have 3 hats and 1 Signe.
Yep.
Yes, I already said I will be the slave.
So Sydney, you'll be the voice.
Signe, you get to have a helmet made of skulls.
She's probably the only one that knows like how to use it because she's seen Clicky use it.
Yeah.
At the same time, does she really want to put it on her freaking head?
It's
I
your
share it.
best
I don't
friend.
care.
Clicky.
I would wear it.
But-
I don't care
It's your
either.
best
Yeah.
friend, Clicky. I mean,
Listen,
I guess Chance could wear it as
everyone
the slave and like,
one-
translate for people as the slave.
I remember remember when you couldn't speak and no one spoke Celestial, and it was because of the
It was
helmet.
just
Chance would be
goddamn
willing to
clicky.
wear it, 'cause Chance, I think, is going to take the +1 leather human armor.
Oh,
Why?
Ugh.
Why let it go to waste? It's better than what I'm wearing.
Or knows exactly what it is.
He,
It was his.
he knew
He
about
wore
it.
it.
He wore it for a while. He knew. He just went along with it. He's like, yeah, it's okay. Human flesh.
All right.
Well,
Well then.
that's as best that I can do to prepare you. So, yes. Be warned. The magical seal was either created by the Kalida using some form of ice magic, or what I'm more believing, a race that is probably more ice-based, judging that their realm on the other side is frozen, created some kind of seal to, I guess, keep the Kalida out. Or
Okay.
everyone.
I have a question. were you able to have access to the paperwork we brought back? Because we had paperwork specifically about this room.
Oh, yes. Which portion of everything do you want to speak with me about?
I just wanted to know if you had access to it, because none of this paperwork seems to be that.
Yes, well, the paperwork is with the office downstairs. This is just, notes on what we've been learning.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that you were able to have all the information. And
Yes.
I'll point out the areas that are kind of off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, these areas don't match the exact replicate. And I'll just, probably, do that rich guy, walk around the car, be like, there's a dent right here. Look at this little tiny smudge. Right here. The paint is kind of, paler in this spot. If you open the door, pull off this sticker. Underneath the sticker, there is, this little tiny chip. With him, and
So you're basically QAing the room.
Yes, yeah, I'm being a QA. Yep.
I'm probably just looking at the maps and then checking against my maps.
And how they're all wrong.
No.
We're hoping to be able to discern where more of these locations are. Regardless of your success here, we think we might be able to, especially with our new location of this sphere, we might be able to discover more realms for you to explore.
Have you seen anything interesting in any of the other realms?
Getting an estimation of them, they're quite interesting as the information we provided already. I mean, each of them, they seem like different environments, quite different, which is a fascinating thing in and of itself. It's almost as if these environments are specifically chosen for a reason, but some of them share some similarities. It's quite interesting. Like us, we have a number of swamplands in our territory here, while there specifically seems to be some kind of bayou in this realm here. Oh,
interesting.
I should probably let you go. We'll learn some more. We can keep you informed as we learn more.
Okay. I would also leave any maps that I don't think I'll be needing on our next travels with him.
And because you've been unable to see him, Tim says hi, Grits.
Hi, Tim.
I'll let him know.
And I think tell Tender Boots on behalf of Ulfgar that he says hi.
Ah, yes. Tinder Boots.
My cat.
Now that our conversation is over, I'm just gonna turn, not even leave the room, just turn around so that I'm in between Grits and him, he's just no longer there. And I'm gonna say, Grits, do you think you can get an estimate of how long it would take us to travel? Now that you have an idea of what the land's like?
I think so. I'm assuming, Matt, that's a check of some sort?
Yes.
Or would I just be able to look at maps and go,
roll your cartographer check. What is that, we'll just say intelligence plus your proficiency.
I'm dumb. So it's only +3.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Only a +3.
I'm dumb. Oh, alright.
Rolled well. You think it's a pretty long journey. It's actually farther north than Signe was last remembers. Because you'll have to pass the lake where the lighthouse is. So you think with the terrain that you're gonna have to pass through and total travel time, getting to the location that Rufus had provided information about where the entrance is, that'll probably take you maybe a week and a half if everything goes according to plan.
But what about the seal?
To get to the seal from there, you'd have to pass the passageway, and then it may
Oh,
be...
it's on the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I thought it was immediate.
Once you're in the Calidal Lands, a day or two of travel to get to there. In fact, it's not too far to the north at that point in time.
Okay. And I'm probably jotting all this down into like a map for us to use.
Because
Okay.
Chance was like right around, we'll say like there, that kind of area.
Right.
And that's where the location is. But this is the kind of where he went to, that he entered into, and the exit's somewhere around this area. So you can see how they passage over right through there.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, with that long of a travel, I don't think it would hurt to leave tomorrow morning.
Or even the following morning. And give us a full day to prep and gather everything we need.
I mean, it's pretty early today still. I don't know if we should waste a whole day prepping. How much prep do we need?
It's a week and a half of journey. I don't know.
If we're going to somewhere with ice, I'd like a coat.
Well, yes. I'm assuming we'll get clothes.
Nah, I'm going naked.
As a dwarf, I think you could probably do that.
Rip off my dress. Ah!
No, it's a Sunday dress, just the whole way. Just
Yep, I'm wearing this dress the whole way. Looking fabulous.
Unfortunately, the snow is taller than you.
All I can
I'm a
tell you
tall
about
dwarf.
this land of ice, as he'll kind of like pointed out, is that there seems to be a large spire in the center of it. It seems to be surrounded by mountain terrain, in the large spire that seems to be centered. And it seems like you'll be arriving in the northern section of this map. That's all I can tell you from here.
So he's showing this on the map.
Yes, he's going like to the ice area, kind of on the map, kind of like pointing that stuff out. He'll
Throwing gang signs and pulling up the map. Yeah.
I'm gonna look to Signe, Ulfgar. I'm gonna just look to the group and go, mountainous terrain. How are you guys on climbing?
I can barely pull myself up as it is.
I think there's something for that in the bag.
No, we should save that for emergencies.
No, there was gloves. I think I saw.
Oh, those were Dorians. Yeah.
I have an idea. Bear with me.
Make a halter?
Yes. I can legit have someone strapped onto me and just be like
A Signe backpack!
and then I could wear the gloves and get I mean, I have advantage on strength checks anyways. So
I'm sure it's athletics. I get +9.
I mean, I get +5, but I have advantage on it all. And weight-wise, she's not an issue. Like, I can carry her
Yeah,
weight.
if it's athletics, I have a -1.
Athletics? Me
I'm
too!
a warlock.
I'm a monk.
I'm
Much
wiry
dex, no
and
strength.
it's thanks to my rogue levels that I have that high.
So what we've gathered is that some of us are better than others at climbing.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, wow! Oh, I get a +5 if I wear the gloves of climbing.
Mm-hmm.
but do you want to give those to somebody who needs them?
I could carry her. Like,
I'm
There's
saying like
two
me
people
with a
who need them.
-1. Yeah? Or...
yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. I thought, you could just run up the wall, but whatever.
Not yet. Level up.
Toss the dwarf up the wall.
No,
Alright,
I wouldn't be
so
opposed to that. So.
I will look at Signe and I will say, okay, don't stab me, please. It's just an idea. But maybe we could talk to some of the armor smiths to make a leather harness. So that you can be strapped to my back and I can carry you up the wall, up the mountain passage.
I think I'd rather take my chances and die on the cliff.
Signe.
A question. What about the flying thing? Is that gone now?
The potion of flying?
No,
You mean the
flying...
guy who helps protect the castle?
Maybe they could just fly us there real quick and drop something.
No, we had that conversation before.
Oh, you know for a fact that the walls of the Calderland are heavily guarded by, like, siege weapons.
And he's not our magic school bus.
No.
Look, it doesn't.
He's whatever we say, okay?
Yeah, we saved
He's a
him.
robot. He's not. Okay?
He's a robot with a soul, thank you very much.
No,
Beep
he's
bop
a
boop, I found love.
It was under a rock.
Okay, so
How much do you weigh, Grits? No, we had this conversation. I can't throw you that far. Never mind.
yeah,
It's one
I'm
thing picking someone up, it's
176.
another thing chucking them.
You're not doing a fastball special.
What if I wear bracers of archery and then I throw her?
What if Ulfgar and him, like, because isn't Ulfgar strong? Am I remembering that wrong? I thought Ulfgar was strong.
We had the spell. He's pretty strong. He's actually stronger than me, but I have the Barbarian strength totem, so I can carry people. Like my weight
Yeah, but
limit
this
is
isn't
stupid
carrying.
high.
I'm saying, what if you guys
And-
both do like the little?
And
Like, put your
perhaps
hands
Zach would like a
That
really
would-
nice belt that would make him lift even more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would. I
No,
really
It's
would.
in there. It's in the bag.
No,
There
it's
is one in
not.
there.
There's a belt of something Hall or something.
I don't know what that means. What is that? Is that a Pathfinder thing that you, or a 3.5 thing that you put over?
Oh, shoot. It's supposed to be something else, though. Damn it. I forgot
Giant
to-
strength! Give it to me! Give me my strength!
I was like, yeah, I thought there was like.
Oh,
a
it
belt
was
or
what,
something.
like a belt of Ant Hall.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That would be crazy if I doubled my lifting again.
Wait, do we have what the fuck?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
What's
he
that?
added all the stuff from everyone else's bags of holding that we finally have access to.
Yes, I try to find everything. So there might be some things we'll have to go over that you guys might already have a few items, but there were some other things that were there more than once, so I assumed you would have already one copy of it, so we'll have to talk about it. Like,
Yeah, I think we only have one dagger of venom, and
Yeah.
that's already
I have
being
it.
carried
Yeah.
by.
but I didn't know who had it for sure. Same with the removable rod. I think there should be only one of, technically.
No, I want two, so I can climb the mountain without having to climb the mountain. I just like, whoa!
Y'all, we have a potion of climbing as well.
Yeah, I know, but that's only good for that one time.
Yes, but we have two people.
We should
who
save
need
that
it.
for like an emergency, and we need to get going, or something. We shouldn't use that for like when we're just getting there.
We might be able to
That's
get
just my
another
opinion.
potion in town though too.
I don't know, they suck.
We gotta go shopping, is what we're learning.
I love shopping. I have no money, but I love shopping.
Beach
You have a
episode.
lot of money in your bag of
We have a
holding.
lot of money.
I know, but Grace has no idea how much money you guys have because you guys have been like, yeah, we've got money. And then I'm like, I like this cloak. It's kind of pretty. And you guys are like, okay, it's yours. I'm like,
How does a Pearl of Power work with a Warlock?
every does a spell slot.
Yes, but her spells are always cast at her highest spell slot.
It can
I heard.
only store a certain strength of a
Yeah.
spell.
No, it
So
doesn't
it
store.
must-
Pearl of Power gives you a 3rd level spell slot.
Oh,
Um,
then I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
A 3rd level slot.
We have
Hey,
a
if you
wand
give
of
us-
paralysis.
Yeah, you have wand of paralysis.
Why didn't we use
I
that on
mean,
the
I
journal?
wouldn't mind that pearl because then I'll always have spell slots.
And we got a lot of
Yeah.
armor.
Yes.
Oh,
we can
heavy
get
load
that.
belt. That's
can
what I
get
saw.
that.
Was the
Yeah.
heavy load belt.
That's a Pathfinder item. That's
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know what that is.
I didn't check everything just to make sure I hadn't missed some things while I was looking through the notes and stuff, so I think that was just something that I'd forgotten to switch around, and then I just put it on the list. So.
Yeah, it's an anhole. It's pretty much gives you an anhole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Triples. Yes. No, I want that.
I mean, it's fine.
No.
If you just want that, I'd be fine with just saying it's effectively the same thing.
I mean, it's just carrying. It's not like my strength.
yeah,
you know?
so you just want more like another triple of your
I
character.
mean, I would rather have a belt of giant strength.
Oh
but
god,
if
he
you're
would have
gonna
been
do
carrying that dragon with one hand.
It triples. What is that? That's like 30. That's like almost 4,000 pounds. I'm just carrying.
It's
Like I said, You would have been carrying the dragon with one hand and spinning it on your finger.
Wasn't it like 800 pounds we decided earlier?
It was almost 900 pounds. It was like 8
Okay.
something.
Then it'd be around 3,400 pounds. If it was almost 900. Yeah, almost 34.
Yep, good times.
Ridiculous.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we should take our other break here
Yes.
since we're discussing it's in the bag.
Yes. Let's take our
What's
other
in the
break
bag?
now that we kind of got to a good thing of doing this. Snack,
Does that
drink.
Okay, since it's
Bathroom.
Oh, sorry. Bye.
Snack, drink, bathroom. We'll talk about some of this over break, and we'll come back and we'll do any kind of shopping, and you can continue your adventures. There you go. Be back shortly, folks.